Today's tutorial is going to be on how I made these cargo pockets that you can fix on your cargo pants. It is pretty simple and very easy to make. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayomide, and on this channel you'd find sewing tutorials and pattern drafting tutorials. Like I said earlier, I'll be sharing the cutting and the sewing process of these cargo pant pockets. If this is something you want to learn, then this video is for you. Now let us jump right into this tutorial. For the cargo pocket, you would be needing the following fabric pieces. This one right here would be for the main body of the pocket, and it is 15 inches wide. This is so because of the pleats we would be creating, after which it would shrink back to about 8 or 9 inches when we are done creating the pleats. It is also 10 inches long. So you need a fabric piece that is 15 inches wide and 10 inches long. In addition, you would be needing a long strip of fabric which would serve as the border around the pocket. The length that I have here is 32 inches. It is better to have an excess that will go around your pocket, and the wideness is 3 inches. So 32 inches wide, 32 inches long rather, and 3 inches wide. You also need your flap. This flap is 9 inches wide and 4 inches long. So for your flap, you will need to cut on fold. I didn't cut mine on fold and I had to recut later on. So now let's move on to prepping our pocket. For the pocket, first of all, I'll be folding it into equal halves. Just make sure you fold it and give it a really good press so that I can have a crease line along the center of the pocket. Next, I would be marking the wrong side, which is the part I folded on. Then I would mark 3 inches inward at the top, 3 inches inward at the bottom. I'll be creating notches around the part where I marked. I'll also create a notch at the bottom too. Once I am done, I would open up the pocket, locate where I created the notch. You can see at the top and at the bottom. I would fold it along the notch I created and iron. So this just makes creating the pleats very easy. I'll do it on this side and also repeat likewise for the other side. Fold along the notch I created and iron. Once I am done ironing, I'll open up the fabric, turn it to the right side, making sure it is facing me. I have my crease line, the center point, and the 2 by the side. I'll pick one by the side and make sure it meets at the center. Pin it down. Pick the other one by the side and make sure it meets at the center and pin it down. And so guys, we have our pleats all ready. I'll also give it a good press just to lock it in place. This is what I have after I was done. You should have something like this if you have been following what I am doing. Moving on to the border, that is that long strip of fabric, I'll pick it up and iron one end of the fabric. I'll be folding in 1/2 inch inwards on just one end of this fabric piece. I am done ironing and this is what I have got. Now let us start putting these pocket pieces together. For the main body of the pocket, I'll be locking down the pleats by stitching on it so that it doesn't go off. After that, I'll pick my border fabric and stitch along the sides from one side all across to the other side. When I get to this point right here, I'll slightly move my fabric, repeat likewise for the other edge until I get to the end of this fabric. That is what I'll do and show us what it looks like. This is what it looks like after sewing. You can see I've gone ahead to sew, and along this edge I created a notch on the sewing machine just to enable easy turning. I also repeated likewise for the other edge, so you can employ this strategy, create a notch, and it will be very easy for you to turn your border fabric without any issues. I'll be taking off the excess fabric there so that it doesn't appear bulky. And then I'll also trim off some excess too. You can also create tiny notches just to free the fabric along that area. After that, I went on to turn it to the right side, and you can see the sharp point I have there. No issues whatsoever along that corner, and our pocket is taking shape. I took off the excess border fabric, and this is what I've got. All right, so at this point you will need to iron. Make sure you iron your pocket down so that it's easier to work with from this point. After ironing, this is what my pocket is looking like. You can see that it lays flat and it looks much more presentable. Moving on, I'll open up my pocket and mark 1.5 inch from the top part. I'll fold it inward, fold half inch inward, and fold it again, just like I want to sew the hem of the pocket down. So 1.5 inch is what I marked. Fold half inch inward and fold again by 1 inch. I'll go ahead and sew from one end of the pocket to the other end. And this is what it looks like after I was done with that process I just explained. This is it on the outside, and this is what I have on the inside. Our pocket is already taking shape. So before I move on to the flap, one more step for the pocket. I'll make sure I fold it inward and do a tiny top stitch around the corners. This will just help put the borders in place. Moving on to the flap, I had to recut my flap because I initially didn't cut on fold. So that is what I have. First thing I'll do is to measure the opening of my pocket from one end to the other, and I have 8 inches excluding the border. I'll need to measure my flap opening, and I have 9 inches, meaning I need to take half inches on both sides so that my flap opening too can become 8 inches. So that is what I'll go ahead and do. And this is what I have after sewing. I'll turn it to the right side. I would also do a top stitch by half an inch from one edge to the other edge. This is an optional design anyways. After sewing, guys, it is now time to fix our pockets. I've got the main pocket here and the flap ready to be fixed. So I have this cargo trouser that I am working on, and I've gone ahead to join the front and the back together along the side because the pocket will be fixed by the side of the trouser. If you want me to post the full tutorial, please indicate in the comment section and I'll post the full cutting of this cargo trouser. So to mark to position my pocket, I'll need to mark it on the trouser, and I want the pocket to be placed at 22 inches below the waist. So I'm gonna need to mark it there. I'll pick my pocket, make sure the border is folded inwards, and place it centrally along the seam, making sure that the line of the pleat matches with the side seam. I'll be marking the positioning of the pockets on the trouser. After marking, I would take off my pockets, open it up along the border. Remember, I stitched down ½ inch along the border, so I'll just place it on that marking that I did. So the marking allows you to easily sew your pockets down. So also make it more easier, I am pinning it down on my fabric. After pinning, all I need to do is to stitch it down along the edge and our pocket will be fully attached to my fabric, as you can see right here. This process is quite simple to do. This is what my pocket looks like on the inside. So one more thing before we fix the flap, I'll need to tack this pocket down along the opening side. I'll mark 1 inch downward and just do a stitch downward. This will just help put the pockets, lock it in place so that it doesn't fly about. Also for the flap, I have my flap right here. I'll position my flap about ½ inch above the pocket opening, stitch it down, after which I would close up the flap and do a top stitch just to lock it in place. I'll do all of this and show us the outcome. And guys, this is the outcome of the cargo pocket. You can see how good it looks, and you can also agree with me that it is not difficult to do. You can also fix as many as you want. You can go ahead and fix about 2 or 3 along the sides of your trouser. It depends on what you want. I've also fixed on the other side of my trouser too. Like I said, if you want to see the full stitching, cutting and sewing of this trouser, please let me know in the comment section and I'll post it right there. This is the trouser after I was done. So if you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Join the family, click on the subscribe button, and I'll see you all in my next tutorial. Goodbye and stay blessed.